We started an Amazon automation company. How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title of this video, we started an Amazon automation company, and I kind of want to go through a little bit about what we offer and how everything works. We've actually already been running it for a little while now. We've had some, just test clients and clients that we've had on that we already started running their stores for them, just because we wanted to make sure that we had everything, down pat and foolproof before we actually started to offer it out on here. So I want to take you through and go through just a couple of things, just about Amazon. Some of you guys may be very familiar with it. Some of you guys maybe have never heard of it at all. So I kind of want to go through that. If you've heard of it in the past, definitely just you can follow along. Maybe you'll learn something new. But essentially, Amazon's not something you're going to get rich quick on. And if people are telling you that you can get rich quick on Amazon, unless you have millions of dollars to spend, they're lying to you. So I would definitely steer clear of anyone that's telling you that, you can just jump on Amazon and start making, tens of thousands right away. It's just not the truth. However, Amazon is something that's very, very sustainable and something you can build and keep compounding over a long period of time. And just to break down what Amazon FBA is for people that have never heard of it, basically what we're doing is we're sending in inventory to Amazon to have them ship it out to customers. And now you might be wondering where we get the inventory. So what we do is what's called wholesale, where we're going to vendors and distributors and we're purchasing name brand products and selling them on Amazon for a profit. So how the process works is we're actually looking through these catalogs from vendors, picking out good deals from there, and we're placing large purchase orders with those vendors. We're getting those products in that'll get delivered to our warehouse. Once we get it in our warehouse, that's when we're going to track the inventory that we received. We also have to go ahead and prep it. Amazon's very specific how they need products. They need some in poly bags. They need you to put your labels on the products. Also, if you get in a product that, you might get, let's say Colgate toothpaste, for an example, and let's say that it's actually a 3-pack on Amazon, you'll need to put that into a poly bag so that they know it's 3-packed and then put a label on that indicating that it is a 3-pack. So there's different things, and we have to prep those and get those ready to get sent into Amazon. And then once those are all prepped, we'll get those sent off to Amazon. We'll get those into their fulfillment centers. They'll check in those units, and then those units will go in to our inventory so that we're eligible to sell. And again, just to reiterate, we're selling brand name products and we're not making new listings. So let's say for Colgate toothpaste, that listing is already on Amazon. So all we're doing is sending in inventory on that listing and competing with a bunch of different sellers that also send in their inventory on that listing. And it really comes down to who can get it for the cheaper price to sell that. Now, that's not the only factor on how you can actually sell your products. Sometimes you can have a higher price than a competitor and still sell. But again, there's a lot that goes into it. Location can factor into who wins the buy box. And if you've never heard of Amazon at all and you have no idea what I'm talking about by the buy box, just in quick terms, when you go onto Amazon right now and purchase something, you click buy now or add to cart, chances are that's not actually Amazon's listing. It could be, but it also could be a seller just like us that sent in inventory, and if we were occupying the buy box because we had the lowest price, then we're getting credited for the sale and our unit is being sent to you through Amazon. And that leads me to my next point is Amazon handles all the fulfillment. So when it's in their warehouses, they actually go ahead and send it out to the customer. We don't ever have to handle that. Even if there's returns, it will get sent back to Amazon. If the product is completely fine, they'll put it back in your inventory. If not, then they'll send it back to us and then we can examine it when we get it back in. But Amazon is handling all of that. And if any of this is confusing, we're gonna have more videos just breaking down, what, this kind of a step-by-step process of how Amazon FBA works. But also, if you want to book a call down below and just get on with me and talk over all the details, if you don't understand it, I can take you through and show you the step-by-step of, when the products get into our warehouse, then when they get sent out, then when they sell, and how the entire process works. So again, the great part about Amazon is we have a general idea of how much a product sells on a monthly basis. So again, let's just use the Colgate toothpaste as an example, just because it's what we've been using. When we go on that listing, we can read the analytics through a couple of different softwares and find out that, let's say, for example, this product sells 1,000 times a month. Now, that 1,000 is going to get divvied up between all the competition below it, or not if someone's controlling the buy box has a really cheap price. But again, that all goes into reading the analytics. If there's competition in there at a way cheaper price than we can get it at, then obviously we wouldn't purchase that product. But what I'm trying to say is it's not about, will my inventory sell? We know that the inventory will sell it's just about being able to get the inventory at a good price. You're making the money and you're making the profit when you're buying that inventory at good ROIs. So I don't want to go too far in depth about the entire process of Amazon. Like I said, there's tons of YouTube videos out there that explain it, as well as we'll have videos that'll explain, take you through the step-by-step on Amazon. So I just kind of want to keep going forward on how our automation actually works. So what we do is we charge $15,000 to run a store for you for 3 years. And most companies you'll see will actually charge double that, probably around anywhere 30 to 40,000, and they'll only run that for about a year. Maybe some companies run it for 2 years, but we understand that, again, it's not a get rich quick type of scheme. This is something that you want to do for years and years and years. That's why we extended out our contract, so we can have the best success possible. And then on top of that service fee, and that service fee is really just covering things like we have to get these products in, we have to prep them. There's material costs, there's obviously the amount of employees that we need in the warehouse packaging all these units, prepping them the correct way, putting them all into poly bags, getting them in boxes, labeling the dimensions of the boxes, sending those off. Also the teams that we've built out for tracking your profit and putting that into a spreadsheet so you can constantly see, the amount of profit that you're getting in. Also, if we have any returns, we have teams managing that, making sure that's getting tracked accordingly, making sure we're getting those returns back out and selling those again. Also, there's cases where Amazon can miscount or lose a unit in their warehouse, and we have to go and submit a case and open up a case for them to get reimbursed for that. So there's a lot of teams we have built out for every single section, but again, that's why we spent the last 5 months making sure everything was built out perfectly so that nothing's slipping through the cracks and it's as smooth of a process for you guys as possible. And then after that initial service fee, you'd have to be sending in inventory spend on a month-to-month basis. And how we work that is between the 1st and the 5th of every single month, we'll receive your wires, or you can use a credit card as well, but we'll receive those payments in and we'll pool all that together in the first 5 days of the month to know how much we have to go spend with these vendors. And it's also great because when you're getting on the phone with these vendors, if you individually were trying to get started and place a $3,000 or $4,000 purchase order with a supplier, they're not going to care about your $3,000, $4,000 purchase order. However, when we're spending $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 when we're pooling your guys' money together and then dispersing the products out once we get it for you, we're able to, now they come to us for deals. We're able to get 10, 15% discounts and get cheaper prices on that. So a lot of people ask, why not just do it yourself? That is the reason why. We don't have, $300,000 liquid to spend every single month. But if we can pool everyone's money together and make a $300,000 purchase order with these suppliers, they're going to be able to give us way better pricing so that everybody can win. Whereas we wouldn't be able to do that, if we weren't pooling any money and it was just ours and we were trying to place $10,000 purchase orders. But like I said, between the 1st and the 5th, you'd be sending in that inventory spend. It's completely up to you what you want to spend. If you want to start with something like $3,000 and just keep compounding that and turning that money over, you can do that. If you want to be a little more aggressive and start with a little bit more, absolutely. That's kind of the beauty of it. It's entirely up to you. And when you get to a certain amount of months in, it's not like you need to lock in, okay, I'll send this in every single month. Whatever you want to send for the month, you can send. The only thing is we cap you out at $25,000 a month, just because if someone's sending in, if we have 3 people sending in $50,000 a month, that's obviously going to ramp up very quickly. So it's entirely up to you how much inventory spend you want to send in every single month. And the idea is that you send that inventory in, we make a purchase order with that, we give you those products, we send them in your Amazon store, you sell those, and then you're able to get that money plus profit, turn that money over. And like I said, this is why I'm saying years after year, if you want to spend more money and put more inventory spend up, you absolutely can. If you just want to put one lump sum in and just keep turning over that money to keep compounding over 3 years, and then after that as well, what I didn't mention yet, we have a re-up fee of $5,000 to go for another additional 3 years after this. So, once you get in, you make your initial investment back of that $15,000, then you're able to take just profit. And then if you want to re-up, like we said, a $5,000 service fee, because, to run these do get expensive with, again, like I said, the employees to prep and package and the warehouse expenses and paying rent for the warehouse we have and just all those things that get factored into it. But then you can go for an additional 3 years after that. And we may actually move that $5,000 up because it is fairly low, especially if you compare against other automation companies. However, if you do sign up when it is $5,000, you're grandfathered into that. That would never change for you. It'd always be at a $5,000 re-up fee. So that's just kind of a, just a simple breakdown of the overall of, what Amazon automation is, what Amazon FBA is as well. If you guys have any other questions regarding anything I went over in this video, or, more questions on how the automation works, or more questions about just how Amazon FBA works, if you want to see inside of, our store's results and just all the results we've been able to get, then definitely book a call down below to get on a Zoom. And, you can get on a free Zoom with me. I can take you through stores. I can show you how it all works. I can answer any questions you have. Then if you're interested in getting signed up and moving forward, then we can go from there. But I hope you guys like this video. I hope it's very informative. And let me know if you guys have any questions. You can leave some questions in the comments below or book a Zoom call, like I said. But I'll see you guys in the next video.